everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in for another episode. I might sound a little froggy right now, and that's because it's 4:30 in the morning. I just got up and I just started grabbing a few rods to take with me on a little New Year's Eve trip that Sarah and I are taking the boys on. We're actually meeting up with the rest of my family, my two brothers and my parents. And we rented a big house down in the Wisconsin Dells area of Wisconsin. So this is an area that I'm not familiar with. Never fished it. It's only about an hour and a half from my house. I've heard a lot of good things about fishing the Wisconsin River in that area, and based on the weather that we've had, um, I know that it's going to be open. A lot of the river up by my house right now is wide open. There's a few backwaters that were froze, started to unfreeze. And it's all real messed up. We've had a lot of 40-degree weather here, so I'm kind of thinking I might actually do a little fishing. Now, I don't know that I'm going to be able to get out, but I kind of wanted to walk you through what my thought process is because I get a lot of people who are always asking me, "Hey, Matt, why don't you go bank fishing? If you go bank fishing, what lures would you take?" So I kind of figured I'd do a little rundown for you while I was grabbing my tackle to take with me. Now, keep in mind, I'm not looking to go fishing for 4 days. I'm hoping there's one day I might be able to scoot out of the house for a little bit, maybe take one of the boys with me, maybe take one of the nephews with me, and we'll go explore the Wisconsin Dells area. So the first thing that I do is I pull up the aerial photos to see where can I fish and what does it look like in that area I'll be fishing. So in this case, when I pulled up the Wisconsin River, I know that there's a big dam in the Wisconsin Dells, and that's a really good area to fish. And generally speaking, in the winter, the dams are the one of the few areas that stay open. You still have a lot of fish population that go up in winter below the dams because there's a lot of deeper water in that area. So in this case, what I see is you've actually got a really good looking winter area, in my opinion, where you have the main river coming off below the dam, and then off the side of the dam, off to the left, you've actually got a bigger kind of a backwater eddy. It's where the Wisconsin Ducks, if you're familiar with that, kind of have their dock. So I'm guessing that's a little deeper water too, and you have some bigger boats that are coming in and docking. But it looks like you have a really good eddy, and that eddy is going to be a prime area for your wintering fish, whether that's smallmouth, potentially walleye. If we're able to get to one of those current seams, that could be where some of the fish are going to be. So it looks good to me. Like that area looks good. It looks like it's accessible. There's a boat ramp that we can for sure fish off of. It looks like you could probably walk the bank and fish the majority of that big backwater eddy. I call it a backwater. It's really just kind of a bay off the side of the river. The other spot that looked kind of good to me was a little bit downstream. There's another boat ramp that's on the inside bend of the river. So you've got the main current gets pushed to the opposite side. And then you've got that boat ramp that's kind of sitting on the inside of that bend where there's going to be a lot more slack water. So when I look at those areas from a bait standpoint, I definitely grabbed a variety of baits. So again, I'm not looking at carrying a big tackle bag with me. I just grabbed a plain old 3700 kit, a waterproof one, just in case we're out there and something does end up getting wet. So I grabbed a bunch of baits for you off the wall. I grabbed a couple of spinning rods, and then I'm going to grab one medium heavy bait casting blank. Both of these spinning rods are medium light action rods, just spooled up with 10-pound braid backing. To the one is going to be a 6-pound 100% Berkeley fluorocarbon. The other one is a 8-pound 100% Berkeley fluorocarbon leader. And from a bait standpoint, so I'm assuming the majority of the fish are going to be walleye and potentially smallmouth, probably mostly walleye. There may be a pike, maybe a muskie up there as well. That's going to be more of an incidental catch. But one of the first baits I'm looking at grabbing, or I grabbed two off the wall. It stuck to my finger. A couple of Berkeley Stunnas jerk baits, absolute killer cold water baits. In areas like this where you have a little bit more slack water, they fish really well in rivers. So I grabbed a couple of those. I grabbed a couple of little tightrope jigs. These are just those jigs that walk over rocks so well. So again, if you're talking about fishing a little bit of current, this could be a good bait to kind of walk through that. I've got actually on the back of this, this is a tail end of a Berkeley Max Scent the General. I grabbed a couple of packs of Kitech swimmers because the majority of the fish down there are going to be feeding on bait fish. So I had a couple pre-rigged ones already. These are just the little tush. This is actually the finesse size in a 2.8 that is not released yet. We're coming out soon. And then I grabbed a couple of 2/0 eighth, 3/16, and quarter ounce tushes that I put. This is a 3.8 Kitech. And then I grabbed a variety of soft plastic baits to use with hover rigs. So I grabbed just a couple of various sizes of hover rigs. So I got a pack of flatworms. I got a pack of Shad Impacts by Kitech. Grabbed myself one of the packs of the smaller Jackal Rhythm Wags. So I'm just going to take those down there, kind of let the current kind of drift those around. So I like the hover rig in that lighter weight. So I'm going to take a bunch of the 333 64s. I will take some 8s as well, just in case we've got a little bit more current than I'm expecting. But the river's been pretty low up here, so I don't think there's going to be a ton of current up below that dam. And I'll just kind of let the current try to pull those around. And I want to keep, no matter what bait I'm throwing, I want to keep my bait closer to the bottom. These fish are going to be really tight to the bottom, so I want my bait pretty much bouncing along the bottom, whether it's the swim bait or the hover rig. From a jerk bait standpoint, that's going to be, I don't want to be snagging them and losing them, but I'd still want to keep it close to the bottom. I also grabbed a couple of Berkeley snap jigs. These can be really good for casting offshore and kind of gliding around the bottom too. These are really good cold wintertime baits, catch a lot of walleye on them. And I think that's everything I grabbed. Like I said, I've just got a variety of swim baits. I had a bunch of loose pieces laying around. So I'm going to keep it pretty simple. Generally speaking, your minnow baits are going to be your best presentation this time of year. They work fantastic for walleye. If you can find a little school of wintering smallmouth, you'll be able to get them to bite on that or the jigs. But I'm excited to see what it is. We're supposed to have one pretty decent day again where it's going to be in the low 40s, sunny, and we might be able to get out for a little bit. Just wanted to do a quick video for you to kind of walk you through the process of what I'm looking for when I get there. I'm not looking at, covering miles and miles of water. I'm kind of looking for the main wintering location, which on a lot of rivers is going to be your dam areas. So the biggest question is going to be, if it is nice out, will I even be able to find a good spot? Because chances are you're going to have 15 other guys fishing from shore. At least that's how the dams in my neck of the woods have been lately. But we'll find out. So thanks for watching, guys. If you've got some other good bank fishing baits for late or middle of winter fishing, throw it in the comment section so other people can learn from you as well. Otherwise, I appreciate all of you. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned. We'll have a new video coming out tomorrow for you.